What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 90, and we start today's episode off with Yashiel coming to us and saying, will you give us a new contract? But of course, we don't really have any money at the moment to do that, but we will get some money imminently, because this is our last Champions League group stage game against Anderlecht, and of course we have already guaranteed qualification. With 5 games to go, we have won all 5. We have been absolutely fantastic. So as you would have seen by the team I picked basically the weakest side I could really pick. I didn't even play some of the bench players, such as Yashiel, who would usually play in these midweek games. He was on the bench, and I decided to play Dux up top, because at the end of the day, this game was already the group was already sealed. We'd already finished top. Everything was fine. So I thought I'll give a run around for those players who don't usually get run arounds. Dux, Werner, players like that who don't usually even get into play in the Champions League midweek games, or even the Cup sometimes they don't get to play. I thought I'd play them in this game and see how they'd do. So yeah, really good chance. I was thinking about also playing a 61 rated goalkeeper in Philip Sprint, but I decided against it. But even so, yeah, we had already topped our group, so this was just going to be a game for fun, basically. This game meant absolutely nothing. I didn't care whether we lost 7-0 or whatever. I didn't really care, because we'd already finished top. And well, the first chance fell there, but there was a good save by the goalkeeper, and another good chance in the 22nd minute, but again Proto makes a really good save and Anderlecht get the ball away. But it was a really lackluster game. Nothing really happened. It was just a basic kind of, yeah, we'll pass the ball around, get some possession. I guess the best way of explaining it was I wasn't going, really all out, all guns blazing, because I didn't want to wear out my players, and even if they are backup players, I don't want to see anyone get injured. So I kind of just sort of took the foot off the gas for the entire game, and I just played a really sort of slow tempo, pass the ball around type of game. And yeah, we drew it. We drew 0-0. There was only a couple of shots that came to us. You saw Yashiel come off the bench at the post in the last few minutes. But yeah, I didn't really mind. We ended up drawing the game 0-0, and I don't mind, because we have already sealed up a place in the Champions League knockout stages as group winners. I'm very happy with that. So we did indeed get £10 million for qualifying, and because of that, I was able to go ahead and offer a new deal to Yashiel. He wanted a new contract, and there's also a couple as well that want new deals at the moment. William Carvalho wants a new one as well. But it's really annoying, having to keep on giving players new contracts when they've still got a couple years. Like Yashiel's got almost 3 years left on his contract. It's like, come on now, seriously, do I really need to give you a big wage hike? But still, we give him a little bit of a wage hike, and we'll wait and see whether he accepts it, because he needs to learn to walk before he runs. But still, we still won Hanover 96 for the second game, second of 3 games today, and away from home in the Bundesliga. And Hanover so far, well, they're currently sitting bottom of the table, and I talked about this before. It's really weird. Hanover are a side who I actually would have thought in career mode, I'm not going to say they'd be challenging for the Champions League year in year out, but I thought they'd do okay, because they do have some decent players in their side. But still, they're currently bottom of the table, and the first chance would actually fall here. But well, it's a real shame, because unfortunately for us, we see that Schürrle goes to clear the ball away and, well, succeeds in doing so. But whilst doing so, he damages his ligaments, and he gets that anterior cruciate ligament notice there. Unfortunately for us, it's a massive blow, because Schürrle, who has been one of our best players so far at the start of the season, alongside with players like Toni Kroos, Schürrle, look at the way his leg bends there. Oh, that's awful. Schürrle ends up getting a serious injury, and he is going to be out for the rest of the season. So yeah, even though we're basically not even halfway through the first half of the season, through the first half of the season, yeah. Schürrle, unfortunately for us, is going to be out for the rest of the season with that massive injury, and that is a real shame. His replacement did come off the bench to score. Kevin Volland, who came on as a sub, did make it 1-0 here, so he was clearly playing for a place, and he made it 1-0. So a good finish by Volland, and he sees Kroos' shot well saved by Miller, and from the corner it's eventually crossed in by Marco Reus towards the centre. It is the big beast Lasogga who wins the header and finds the back of the net to make it 2-0. So 25 minutes in, Lasogga makes it 2-0 and then decides to celebrate in very bizarre fashion with Hummels. But it's 2-0 to us, and yeah, even though Schürrle had gone off injured and he's going to be out for the rest of the season, we were still playing very well, and things looked fantastic for us as things stood. And on the stroke of half time, see Marco Reus collect the ball. Lovely little Berber spin, a great cross into William Carvalho, and Lasogga ends up turning it in at the far post. And I have to say, he was just onside, Lasogga, after William Carvalho's cushion header, which I'll be honest, I was shooting with, going for goal with, I should say. Look at the runner with Lasogga, he just leaves him and lets him run in. That's not AI on legendary defending, that's terrible, that's amateur defending, that is. And yeah, it's a simple goal for Lasogga to make it 3-0. But Hanover would indeed get themselves a consolation goal here through Ibisevic, and I was really frustrated because clean sheets, I found them really hard to come by this year. Ter Stegen's been out of form for a few games, but even so, that's a simple ball inside there. That's poor defending by me, but a good finish by Ibisevic. So Hanover do get themselves a consolation goal. However, in the 85th minute, Herman finds Kroos. Kroos plays it back in towards Herman down the right hand side. He fizzes across to the far post, and well, what a finish this is by Kevin Volland. So yeah, it's going to suck having Schürrle out for the rest of the season. He's been one of our best performers so far at the start of this season. He's had a couple of really nice goals. He's obviously a player I've really enjoyed using, but even so, I think we're going to be okay because I'm going to switch Kevin Volland to play as a striker and have Royce playing on the left hand side of midfield so he can do what Schürrle does and cut into his right and shoot from range. But yeah, Kevin Volland, what a lovely little goal that is. Yes, it's a tap in, but it's the way he takes it. A lovely little skill shot to complete the misery, and it's 4-1. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. I do. I really do. You know, as you can see there, Lasogga got 2 in this game, Volland got 2 on this game. Those two could work well as a partnership, and I think we'll be okay because, as you'll see, Schürrle is going to be out for 7 months, and I'm absolutely gutted about that. I still think we'll be alright because Kevin Volland coming in as a replacement should do the job just as well. You know, I really think he will, because obviously Royce can go down to play left mid, which is his actual position. And although he's been playing pretty well as a striker, as Yashil declines his contract here, although he's been playing pretty well as a striker, Royce, and it is listed in his positions, he is going to be more comfortable on the left hand side of midfield as he has been since we first signed him. Only this year as he really switched to play striker, and he's miles more comfortable playing on the left side of midfield, because obviously when I use those wingers, I do like to cut inside and shoot, which is what Royce's best asset is going to be, to be honest. So yeah, I think we'll be okay. And of course, you know, Volland, I got the most out of him in the season and a half a season where Lasogga wasn't here and he played up top on his own. So I think we're going to be okay. I mean, yeah, sure, I'm gutted Schürrle's out. I'll say this for the 50th time. I'll stop repeating myself now, sorry. I'm gutted that Schürrle's going to be out for the rest of the season because he is a really decent player and a first 11 player, but it's not disastrous. It's not like we're losing Marco Royce, it's not like we're losing Lasogga, it's not like we're losing I don't know, Ginter, for example. So yeah, I think we're going to be alright. But anyway, took on Bayer Leverkusen for the 3rd and final game of today's episode, and Ter Stegen had to make a really good save there, pretty much directly from kickoff, to keep the score scoreless. And in the 5th minute, you see Kramer finds Son, the Korean, down the left hand side, who always has a good game against me. He plays it back to Kramer, who slides it back into Son, crosses the ball into Kiesling. Ter Stegen makes the save, but I gotta be honest, he didn't really deal with it. It was turned in at the far post by Kroos, and I have to say there, I really think Ter Stegen should have done better, because the header was straight at him and it wasn't that powerful. I thought he should have got the ball a bit further away, but he didn't, and it's 1-0. But you can point the fingers at the goalkeeper for the first goal possibly, but for the second goal, all the fingers you're going to be pointing are going to be at me, because that was just some shocking defending. I lost the runner at the far post, I slid in for no reason, and Bender had a simple finish, and already within the first 15 minutes we are 2-0 down at the Olympiastadion, and I was having an absolutely diabolical game to begin with. So 2-0 to the visitors, and in the 19th minute you see Sydney Sam go down the right hand side and cross the ball in. Thankfully for us, Kevin Volland did make it 2-1, so we are back in this game with a good header from Volland, and we are back in this game. So very good header, and the goal deficit is now reduced to just 1. And here you see Goretzka make a challenge, and we go on a classic Herder Berlin counter attack. It's a great chance for a 3-on-3. He slides it to Lasogga, who turns around Woolshire and finds the bottom corner with a great finish. So pretty much directly after scoring the goal to get us back in the game, Lasogga then gets the goal to equalise, and it's 2-2, and already the comeback has been sealed, and 22 minutes in it already been 4 goals. So what a fantastic start to this game in the Bundesliga. And in the 29th minute, I was very pleased that Ter Stegen made a good save there, because I cross-fielded the ball in my own area for literally no reason. It wasn't a high cross-field ball either, it was a low drilled one. And thankfully for us, Ter Stegen made a good save to deny Son. Royce had a strike there in the 51st minute, playing in the more familiar left mid slot, but it was a good, it just went wide of the post and out for a goal kick. And in the 56th minute, you see another good chance of Bayer Leverkusen. Kroos crosses the ball in, and I have to say as well, Ter Stegen, I mean, seriously, I I like the guy. He's a young goalkeeper, and although he doesn't grow, and although it does frustrate me as much as you guys, he's not that bad of a goalkeeper. But sometimes, man, sometimes he just does things which really frustrate me, and that is just one of them. I mean, you know, in the Champions League final, he cost me a goal, which, you know, I guess you can say ended up costing us the game, really, as we lost it 3-2. But, you know, with that, I mean, seriously, that's not even excusable. I mean, seriously, you know, you've got to get to that ball. Seriously, that was shocking. He goes to punch the ball away, he gets caught in no man's land, and it's a simple header to make it 3-2. So again, we're chasing this game, and again we are behind in this game at the Olympiastadion. Could have got even worse here as Bender struck it from range, but thankfully it went just wide the post and out for a goal kick. And yeah, I was just frustrated because obviously, you know, the first goal possibly Ter Stegen's fault, probably not, but possibly. But the third goal was definitely his fault, and I was really getting frustrated because I knew that my work was being undone by the goalkeeper. But still, in the 65th minute, we had a good chance here as Sam went forward, but unfortunately it is a great save by, again, I can't pronounce the guy's name, it's something like Farman, but still, it's a really good save. And I was sitting there thinking, see, Ter Stegen, that's what you need to do. And from the corner, Lasogga wins the header, but he can only hit the bar, and Bayer Leverkusen get the ball away. So, you know, you see me switch to attacking there. I had chances in this game, I was actually playing pretty well, but I just couldn't score for that third time, and I couldn't keep the ball from going into my own net. So, still 3-2, and as Kroos finds Sam with a brilliant ball, again, it's another great save, a great double save, you should say, as Volland strikes the rebound, and he gets onto his line to clear the ball away. Royce then goes down the left hand side and crosses the ball into Sidney Sam at the far post, but it's headed away and by Leverkusen clear. And yeah, I was just getting frustrated because, you know, I genuinely felt as though I was having a decent game. I was playing quite well, but, you know, I just couldn't seem to stop the ball from going into my own net, and I couldn't score that third equalising goal. And the last chance would fall there as Kroos shoots, but it goes wide. So we do lose the game 3-2, and it's our first defeat at home this season. So very, very disappointed. Wasn't happy with the manner, wasn't happy with my goalkeeper, but unfortunately it's just one of those things, and we'll have to try and bounce back in the next episode. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of my Next Gen Career Mode very soon.